Everyone, I'm going to draw the trivet now in case you get stuck along the way, and you'll be able to watch this video and stop it and start it as you go. So we're going to create new. Now if I use this option, mine's already been set up so I can just go to millimeters. Now if you don't have that button on yours, if you come over to the right hand side where it's got the eye, just check. Now usually when you open it up it's on that one, which is inches, which will be no good for what we're doing, so you need to change it to that one, millimeters, and the precision you can just leave it at 0, or maybe that one, but either of those two, that will do there. Okay, now if I close that up, I will remove her and I'll get the rectangle and just draw it, just drag it out, don't click the second time, and then just go straight to your keyboard. Don't try and highlight down here. Just go straight to your keyboard and type 160, 20, and then push the enter button, and that will draw it for you. Now I'm going to zoom in on that. Now you've got a couple of options for zooming. You can just zoom in, but some trackpads don't work very well. This one's a handy one to have too. It's called Zoom Extents. So if you click in that, you can see it just fills up the screen with what you've got. Now when you're drawing too, I prefer to have it sort of at a bit of an angle like that, so you can see it better as you're drawing it. That's just my preference, but now I'm going to push-pull. Now I've noticed a lot of people when you're the thing, you turn that on and then you go and click that one as well. It's not necessary. If that picture's there, that's the tool that's selected. Now you've got to make sure it gets those blue dots on it. Click, slide it up. Now you can see on the bottom right hand side here it's got 26. I mean you can slide it up and down until you get it, or you can just type 20 and that'll give you what you want. Okay, now I'm going to come over here to my tape measure. Once again, because the tape measure was already there, I don't have to then go and click this one. Click on the corner. Now remember that can go any direction, but I want to measure along this line, so make sure it snaps on that line. I'm just going to type 40. Enter, and you can see it put the dot there. And while I've got the tape measure out, I might just do the same from this end. So there, come back 40, and there's the dot. Now you might look at that and think, hang on a minute, that looks smaller than this one here, but that's just in the perspective. If I swing that around, you can see they are the same. Right, but I'll put it back in that position, get my pencil tool, and this is the advantage of using putting it in this position rather than straight on. I had someone the other day who had it straight on, and when they tried to draw that line down, it was drawing it upwards or sideways, but it just wasn't in the right spot. But anyway, we'll come back here. I'll start again, pencil tool, there it is. Now, see how it's not snapping on the line there? Sometimes it doesn't do that at the face, but if I go below it, there, so that's going in the right direction. I'll just type my 10 and see it draws it properly. And then when it comes this way, it's got to be on that red line. I'll just type 20, bring it up, and that'll be the right point there. Now the same on this one, we'll come here. Actually, I might just swing that around a little bit. There, that's better. There. And you can see it's got that red dotted line. That's asking, do you want the same measurement? So I'll just click that. I don't have to type it in for this one. Now, I might just do that again. I'll get the pencil tool, make sure it snaps on the end. That's better. And I want 20. Enter. And up to the top. Okay. Now I'm going to get the push-pull tool, push it out. Now touch the back edge so it gets the right depth. Another way to do it is if you, come on. Another way to do it. Anyway, let's go all the way back. That's fine. That'll work. I won't worry about that. So that's done. Next step's very important. If you don't do it, you're going to make trouble for yourself later on. You're going to get stuck and you won't be able to join the thing together. But it's to make a group. So we select the whole thing. With your cursor, it's got to be on it. Then you right-hand click or double-click and make a group. Okay, so that's done. That's there. Then I want to make a copy of that. So the move tool is there, but remember the shortcut is just the M key on your trackpad. Now be careful with this. Sometimes you come here and you'll get those protractors. If you try and move it with that, it starts to rotate it, and it's really hard to get it back later. So make sure when you attach. Now that'll do there, it's no protractors. And as I move it, I'm just going to touch the option button on my Mac. Now, if you've got another machine, I think it's the top left, the bottom left-hand button, whatever that one is. Use that. Okay, but we've got two. Now, if you remember the other day, I did, actually I'll just do that again. Click, option, make a copy, and make another copy and put it there. All right, so now I've got my 4 done. I'm now going to select 2 of them. So I want that one, and I push the shift button and see how I get that little plus minus. There. Okay, now I'm going to rotate those 2. So I'll come over here to move. That's where rotate is. So I've got, because move's there, I've got to click rotate this time. Now remember, you get those different protractors. There's green, there's blue, and there is a red one too, but it's, I mustn't be, oh, there it is there, the red one. Now, just in case you need it, I'm going to turn off, but remember that rotate, sorry, the instructor's there, in case that's got the shortcuts, and it might help if you get stuck, but I'm not going to use that, so I'll get rid of that. I'm going to flip them over first, so I'll use the green one, so I click, bring it around, and you can either click, and see mine says down here, it says I want 180, enter. And I also need to rotate 2 of them around 90 degrees this way, so I want the blue one, click, swing it around, I'll just type 90, and enter that. Now to put it together, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to select this one, here it is, different styles, and I'm going to go to the default styles, and I'm going to use that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th is called X-ray. If I just hover, it'll come. So X-ray. See, that changes it now so that you can see all the details inside. Now I'll just move that one out of the way a bit, and I'll join these 2 together first. So I'll bring this there. Once again, as you're doing it, make sure if you get that protractor, don't click it. But I'm going to put these 2 together. So if you look, that surface there is going to be joined with this surface here, right? Because it sits together and it's flush. So you got any of those 4 corners to pick from. If I take this one, that'll join that bit. So I'll just do that. So I go from that point, and it's got to be from the point, come over and touch that point, and see that's in there now. So while I'm here, I'll do this one at the back. So this time I'll move this one, and I'll take it from that front corner there, which is going to join there. So click, bring it down and touch that one. That looks good. And then, once again, be careful of the protractor. I'll just bring it a bit closer and say I'll put that point on that point. Okay, so that's done there now. Now that it's all together, I will go back to one of the other styles. That will do. And I'll make a group of the whole thing. All right, so see, the whole thing is now one piece. Now, just I will mention this. If you find you've made a mistake on your other one and you've got a group and you're wondering how do you ungroup it, what you do is you do exactly the same process. You select it, you click it, and you just push explode and watch what happens. All right, so that brings it back then to those 4 individual pieces. All right, so group and explode if you happen to group something and you're not ready for it. The thing about grouping, once you've grouped it, you can't then go in and make any modifications to it. Okay, so I will leave that at that. What I'm going to get you to do though is, well, I'll show you one more thing. If we go to, I think it's this one. Yep, there's all the colours. Or you can click this one and you get all the different materials. So we do have wood. So if you wanted to make it look a bit woody, even though it just looks like a colour, doesn't it? But you can see you get different colours, but it doesn't matter too much. So get it how you like, and I'm going to get you to screenshot that and submit it. So if you've got a Mac, it's just Command-Shift-4. Put it in a good position so that you can see the details of it and you can see that it's correct. You'll screenshot that. That screenshot's now going to be on my desktop, and then I'll submit that screenshot into Google Classroom. Now don't submit the file from SketchUp into Google Classroom, because if you do that, when I try to open it up, it just opens up my SketchUp, so that doesn't work. Anyway, that'll do for now, so good luck with that.